you ready for Couch Time with Sonja?
Oh my gosh, hello and welcome to Couch Time with Sonja.
I am so ready for today's episode.
It's going to be a great one. Of course, we always say that, right?
Yes,
Because
but this
it
one's
is.
so much fun.
It is. And it's really going to be from a great perspective. But you know, we love sharing the couch with our girlfriends.
We haven't had a she shed without her, and we're not about to start now.
No, that's right.
Yes.
So we welcome Mika Diamond.
Yay!
I'm ready.
Come
You
on,
ready?
girl.
I'm ready for this.
I'm ready for Couch Time with Sonja. So let's get started.
Yes.
Welcome, Mika.
Thank you for having me. I love She Shed on Couch Time with Sonja.
And we love having you. Man, today is going to be great. I want to talk today about dating as a mature woman. Does it really ever end?
Well, we hope that it doesn't end, but you should date when you're married.
That's exactly.
Yes. You took
Come
our
on.
point. Yes.
Yeah. But dating is difficult these days as a mature woman. It's difficult.
So let's start with maturity.
Yeah.
What's maturity?
Maturity is going through life's realities and realizing that for myself, I realized that, things that I wanted or expectations that I had at a younger age is different now, being an adult, being mature. Some of the things that the nice car, nice clothes and shoes, those things don't matter that much anymore when you become mature in the dating process.
Which that is so good, just even to hear you say that, because so many need to know. Some things like that are very minute.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it's really about the person.
Yeah,
It's really
it
about
is.
the person.
So it's so much more than just that number.
Yeah.
The actual number you are. It's who you've become through the ups and downs of
Yeah.
life. And, when you get knocked on the head, what do you do
Yes.
when you get up?
Yes. I think it's like who you become in the pursuit
Yeah.
of where you're going.
Yes,
That in between is so vital.
it is. You
And
can't
so-
miss it. You shouldn't miss it. You can't miss it.
You're exactly right.
You have to pay close attention
Yeah.
to that time, that in-between time. And then realizing who you are as an individual
Yes.
and what actually makes you happy. What
Yes.
makes you happy. Being by yourself and then having somebody else that you can be happy with. It makes a huge difference.
I think that's good. And we're going to get into that topic and so many more. It's going to be some good juice this time. So make sure you grab your cup of coffee, grab your tea, and you know what? We'll be right back.
For Couch Time with Sonja.
One of the most important events in life is having a baby. The closest hospital may not be the best choice for your family. Now, there's Stork Advisor. With Stork Advisor, you can keep your loved ones informed. There's a labor alert right at your fingertips. Stork Advisor even offers you a pregnancy tip every day. After you've had your baby, tell us about your experience and leave a Stork rating. We want to keep other expecting families like you informed. With Stork Advisor, you can know what to expect when you're expecting.
If you would like to be a guest or advertise your business on Couch Time with Sonja, I would love to hear from you. Email me. Visit couchtimewithsonja.com. And then there was life. Born to color outside the lines. Born for such a time as this. You showed up on the planet to produce a dream. You, yes you, were born with purpose, with words. Friends, imagine that your dreams can become your reality by the words you speak. It all starts today. It starts with you. Creation, formation, transformation, all begin with change. The battle is in your mind, but your voice is your weapon. Speak life, believe, prosperity, creative, daring. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Your future is unwritten. Let's begin writing today. Your words create your world.
You ready for Couch
And welcome back. Well, remember, our topic today is all about dating as a mature woman. Does it really ever end? Well, we have to first start with what is the definition of a mature woman?
Yeah.
Well, I think life realities, as I said before, life realities. You have to know who you are as an individual, and then it doesn't necessarily mean the age, but sometimes you have to grow up fast. And we're
That's
growing
true.
up fast, and you have life realities and different things like that, and you have to grow. You have to grow
Right.
into a mature adult.
Also can mean someone who knows who they are.
Yeah.
You know who you are,
Yeah.
and you're not trying to be anyone else.
Now, earlier, before we started taping, you mentioned how sometimes someone growing up too fast, a gentleman that had to grow up too fast, often gets stuck
Yeah.
in an age or decides to go back because they feel they missed their childhood. So they're living those years now.
Yeah.
I imagine in the dating world, that's probably a challenge.
It is, because as you know, your expectations change. Your expectations change when you get into being a mature adult. Some of the things that, like I said, the cars and just things that you learn about yourself that you like, they aren't as major as they were when you were younger. They weren't as major. They aren't as major.
I can't imagine,
No.
you know, the challenges of dating in today's world because things have changed. Social media and
Yes.
how you meet and, you know, what's expected on a date. I
Yeah,
commend you here.
Yeah, I have to be honest. Like, I haven't dated. I have to really honestly say I never dated. I've been married since I was 18 years old.
Wow.
And so it's totally different when I hear you, Mika, say about dating. And I'm like, wow, I never experienced that.
Well, here's the thing. I really didn't have a chance to. I married my high school sweetheart. We were together in college, and then we got married. So I never really went on. I never really had the dating life, you know, early on. So once I got a divorce, it was time for me to learn. I had to learn how to date. I had to
on.
learn what
That
was a good
says a
date and wasn't a
lot.
bad date. When it come to people that I didn't have a relationship prior. Now, I knew what I liked with my ex-husband.
Right.
But I didn't know what it was. I would have to learn, or someone would have to learn me all over again
Right.
when it would begin the dating scene, the dating process all over again.
Was that hard to transition into, I mean, you've been married, you've been with this one person. Was that hard to kind of flip?
Yes, it's still hard because you know, certain things that you've gotten past within a marriage, you know, certain things that your spouse or your significant other would make sure, such as putting gas in the car, making sure your car is clean,
those
you know, the
special
protective things.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you start beginning to date someone and they haven't learned those things. So it's almost like, you know, do I sacrifice teaching and help mold them into the things that I like, or do I just say, nah, this one isn't for me and just move on to the next one?
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I guess a part of maturing is knowing that.
Yeah.
When to move on and when to stay. You know, when
Right.
it's worth the effort and working towards it and when it's time to just walk away.
And then you have to realize in the individual, what is it that you like that you can carry on if you want to continue dating this person? Some of the things that you thought were major, or even now, some of the things that I think is major, there are other qualities in that person that I can say, you know what, I can put that aside and I can get past that part. But the major things that I will stand ground on, you know, those are things that if I have a light bulb that go off, okay, so no, this is not the one.
So you have likes and you have dislikes.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, diving into likes and dislikes would be great. Because, of course, we're married.
Right.
True. But we still date, too.
Yeah, you should.
You know, we just date our spouse.
Yeah.
Let me put a disclaimer there
Keep
before
the flame
before
going, huh?
somebody out there says, "Oh, they still date."
Right.
You know, let me make sure they know who we date.
But I think that's important.
Yes.
That's teaching those who are dating, once you get married, that it doesn't
Yes.
stop. It keeps the
Yes.
flame burning by continuous the things that you were doing to gain the significant other.
Yes.
You continue to do those things. So that's important.
So exactly right. What's some of the things that you dislike?
So
In
how
the
long
dating
do we
scene.
have?
Yes.
Well, some of the things that I dislike is a person that don't pay attention in conversation. If you pay attention in conversation, you would know the things that I like, the things that I dislike. If I don't like seafood, you wouldn't bring me to a seafood restaurant. Someone who doesn't take the initiative if I have to plan everything out. If I have to tell you where we're going, what time, what you have to wear, you know, all of those different things I don't like. And then someone, if I am on a date with them and they're all about themselves, there's no conversation for me to open up and talk about my desires and what I like. I'm just listening to you and all the things that you like. So it's more about you than it is about us getting to know each other, having a conversation.
I think so far the things that you've mentioned, they still apply to us being married
Wow.
and dating
That's
our spouse.
exactly what I was
We
thinking.
still want them to make some of the plans.
Yeah.
You know, we don't want it to always be on us. We want them to take some initiative, and we want them to hear. If I keep saying, I really want to go dancing, and you take me to a movie, I may not be as happy
Yeah.
because I really feel like dancing.
Right.
And I feel that maybe you didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
Right.
So those things apply even to married dating.
Yes,
So I have
agree.
a question. Is that something that you had to teach and help them grow into being those spouses, or was that who they were prior to you marrying them?
No, had to help them grow
Okay.
into being that.
And I like the
Because-
way you said that, help them grow.
help them grow into being that, because we come from two different backgrounds. Doesn't mean that just because I am naturally that way meant he was naturally that
Right,
way.
okay.
Wasn't. And so of course it's kind of like when you're helping them to grow, to know how to love me, but also to know when I say things, it's because those are the things I like.
Right.
That's my love language.
Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't just happen. I
Yeah.
don't think that anybody's relationship, it just happens.
Right. I would have to disagree if they said it did.
Yeah.
So those are some of your dislikes. Tell us some of your likes.
Well, I do like to get a chance to get to know people. I like to be able to go to different places. I'm excited about them taking the initiative and paying attention. So listening to them conversation, what their desires are, and seeing if we can connect based
That's
on
good.
what they like, what I like. And just being able to communicate with someone that's of the opposite sex. You
Right.
know, you have good time with your girlfriends, but you also want to be able to have time with a male.
An intelligent, intellectual
Yes.
conversation.
That's very important.
Yes, it is very important.
So that's a like, and it gives you, going out and dating gives
Yeah.
you an opportunity to find those qualities in different people, and perhaps you'll find your perfect person.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name. Well, I don't know how many of you that are single that are watching, and you're trying to wondering when that special someone is going to come for you. Well, what I would tell you is definitely listening to Mika, listening to Delia and myself today. We hope that you're gathering some great points that you can actually put in your tool belt, that maybe you can go, you know what, I need to take some pointers from that. But we will take a short break, and we'll be right back with some more good information on dating. Be right back.
For couch time with Sonja. Ooh, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for couch time with Sonja? Ooh, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for couch time with Sonja? Sometimes you need to hear something that will help you grow.
Let's be honest. Making a lukewarm marketing video is fairly simple. But who wants lukewarm marketing? Instead, how about something that conveys your unique message? Well, that takes creativity, and creative is what we are. We design custom logos. We even offer professional print services. Our goal is to showcase how good your idea is, no matter what your product is. Whether it's social media marketing for a new author or the artwork for the book itself, we can help. You've created a new app and need a TV commercial to show it to the world. We can help.
Now there's Stork Advisor.
If you're a photographer trying to show off your work in a unique way, we can help. Need a promo for your TV show? We can help with that too.
It's Couch Time with Sonja.
We're an artistic bunch and we love the creative process. We're not trying to be the best in Houston. We're trying to be the best for you.
CEO Jalea Davis is making history by becoming the youngest African American female to own a television station in the nation. Along with her colleague, President Crystal Holmes, these women are becoming a part of the 1.3% African American television station ownership. Get ready for iconic television. an all-new channel coming to your TV on KVVV Channel 15.10, covering Houston's local inspiration, entertainment, health, wellness, fitness, family, visual artists, comedians, and more. Streaming 24/7 on iconictelevision.com. Be sure to stay tuned for the latest and greatest on Iconic Television, where everyone can be iconic.
And we're back. We have Jeanette Hill from Jeanette's Unique Boutique, and she's going to continue today's fashion segment at Couch Time with Sonja. Jeanette, you brought some wonderful models and some of your wonderful clothes. I'd like to get started, so introduce your first model.
Okay, thank you. My first model will be Rashida.
Rashida's looking beautiful.
And Rashida is wearing a special edition from Jeanette's Unique Boutique, limited edition.
I know. I'm looking at the shoes too. Absolutely gorgeous.
What beautiful. This is your design?
Yes, this is my design. Paired with some rhinestones.
Perfect for an evening event.
The event. Look at the jewelry too.
Wow.
Oh, I think I want it from head to toe. Beautiful.
And our next model is Mrs. O. She's wearing a little bodycon dress that can be worn for the evening, out on a dinner date,
Or dancing.
yes, or dancing.
All right now.
And of course the shoes. Look at this.
Yes.
We are shoe girls, so we
Yes,
always
we
wear
are.
the shoes.
Absolutely beautiful.
Paired with jewels, the ring and earrings. Okay, and we have Rashida walking again with a little shimmering one-piece for evening wear.
Okay now.
And those shoes, you know the shoes get me every time. 'Cause, I can't get away with wearing that dress, but I can wear the shoes.
Classy, beautiful color.
Beautiful color in the tie.
Are the earrings from your boutique as well?
Everything. Beautiful. See, honey, I definitely put my way.
We actually sell everything from formal, our formal evening, church attire, club attire for all occasions, all ages.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rashida. Beautiful color.
And next we have Miss O. With the little shimmery dress for the arms.
Look at the fringe on the
The red
Classy.
colors of my shoes.
So if you wanted to dress that down a little bit, you could wear it with a pair of maybe jeans or something like that. Because that fringe on the sleeve is adorable.
I can definitely see that. You definitely want to make sure you keep in touch. Watch at Jeanette's Unique Boutique.com. On that website, you will get to see all of what's coming. Also, the dates for the event and where you can get your tickets. So, Miss Jeanette, we thank you so much for joining us today. All about fashion.
Yes.
The fashionista herself.
Thank you.
And if you want to find out more about Miss Jeanette or you want to go shop, please find Jeanette's Unique Boutique.com. We thank you so much for joining us for this fashion segment, and we hope that you got some amazing tips today. We'll see you next time.
It seemed like I'd never be complete, like I'd never be free. Seemed like there was no hope for me, and I'd never have peace. But Lord, you came, took never away. Now I'll never be the same. I thought I'd always have to cry, have a reason to complain, but I'd always be hurt. I just get used to the pain. But then one day you took the pain away. Now I'll never be the same. Oh, only you could do what you've done for me. Lord, I'm grateful for you. You never cease to amaze me. Never. It seemed like I'd never see the day that I'd be doing this. I thought I'd never have the chance, that it would only be a wish. But by your grace, I'm singing here today, and I'll never be the same. Only you could do what you've done for me. Lord, I'm grateful for you. Lord, you never cease to amaze me. Never. So I'll never be the same again. Never be the same again. Because of you, Lord. No, I'll never be the same again. I've been changed by your mighty hand. Hallelujah. So I'll sing never be the same again. Never be the same again. Because of you, Lord. No, I'll never be the same again. Changed by your mighty hand. Hallelujah. My soul sings I'll never be the same. Because of you, Lord. I will never be the same. Never. I've been changed. So I'll sing hallelujah. Sing it with me. I'll sing it never. No. I'll never be the same. And it's all because of you. It's all because of you, Lord. I'll never. And I'll tell the world you changed me. I'll tell the world that you healed me. No, I'll never be the same. I was lost, now I'm found. I was blind, now I see. It's all because of you. Lord, it's all because of you. I was sick, but now I'm healed. Thought it was over, but now I'm here. I'll sing hallelujah, hallelujah. I'll never be the same.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for couch time with Sonja? I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for couch time with Sonja? Sometimes you need to hear something that will help you grow.
Let's be honest. Making a lukewarm marketing video is fairly simple. But who wants lukewarm marketing? Instead, how about something that conveys your unique message? Well, that takes creativity, and creative is what we are. We design custom logos. We even offer professional print services. Our goal is to showcase how good your idea is, no matter what your product is. Whether it's social media marketing for a new author or the artwork for the book itself, We can help. You've created a new app and need a TV commercial to show it to the world. We can help.
Now there's Stork Advisor.
If you're a photographer trying to show off your work in a unique way, we can help. Need a promo for your TV show? We can help with that too.
It's Couch Time with Sonja.
We're an artistic bunch and we love the creative process. We're not trying to be the best in Houston. We're trying to be the best for you.
CEO Jalea Davis is making history by becoming the youngest African American female to own a television station in the nation. Along with her colleague, President Crystal Holmes, these women are becoming a part of the 1.3% African American television station ownership. Get ready for iconic television, an all-new channel coming to your TV on KVVV channel 15.10, covering Houston's local inspiration, entertainment, health, wellness, fitness, family, visual artists, comedians, and more. Streaming 24/7 on iconictelevision.com. Be sure to stay tuned for the latest and greatest on Iconic Television, where everyone can be iconic.
And we're back. And of course, you've probably been hearing everything that we've been talking about as far as dating. But man, Mika, she's so transparent. I love it. Being single and living in this day and time, being single, and man, her ideas and her points have been so on point, but so real and raw too. And then of course, we're coming from a different perspective of being married, yet still dating. Because you don't stop dating just because you're married. But I do want to say, Mika, I have a question in reference to, you told us about likes and dislikes that took you to get to the first date.
Yes.
But you don't date just to get to the first date.
Right.
Because you're trying to figure out if this person is the
Right.
special someone.
Yes.
So really, what are you looking for that would truly trigger you to say, I want to go on a second date with that person?
I believe, because we all know the first date don't go smooth all the time.
That's exactly right.
You know,
Not all the time.
Not all the time. You know, some of them you don't even want to go on the date once you arrive to the location. But I believe that what would make me go on a second date would be the communication in between from the first date.
So if you had good conversation.
Yes. I believe if I had good conversation the first date, and then the conversation in between that time from the second date, because I'm still getting to know the individual.
Right.
And I don't think people should cut people out unless it's just horrible on the
Right.
first date, because there's two different people. You're
don't know
just
them.
trying to connect with them.
Right.
And it's not going to be perfect. So the communication of getting to know them, going into the second date, would be my reason of going on a
Now,
second
when you
date.
say communication in between, you're really meaning you had a date on Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
Well, he wants to have a date again on next Saturday night. What he does from Saturday to Saturday is going to really determine.
That would be it.
Yes.
So what happens if he doesn't text you until Saturday?
We won't
when
go
he's
on.
he's supposed to pick you up. You don't know where you're going, what you're wearing, what time he's coming. He's calling you an hour and saying, "I'll be there in an hour."
Depending on where he's taking me.
Look,
Now, if he says
We're going to the movies.
Right, if he takes the initiative, you know, if he
And he
takes the
plans
initiative
something.
and plans it out where it's something last minute, but I don't have to put a lot of thought into it.
Right.
Last minute, I would go out on a second date.
But what that sounds to me like, he's poured into your love language.
Yes.
Because he's listened. You love for people to plan things out.
Yes.
So that means he paid attention, even though he didn't communicate with her all
Right.
week.
Uh-huh.
He paid attention, and maybe all week he was planning for
Yeah.
the surprise.
Now, I will say this, though. If I do go on the second date, there will be communication on what my likes of what was in between that week, because I'm a communicator. So if he did call me on that Saturday and said, you know, last minute, we would have that conversation and getting to know him, because that would be being the authentic me. And letting him
Right.
know, okay, I'm going to go on a date, and I'm appreciative you took the initiative to
Right.
take me out
Good.
on a second date. But this is what I didn't like about not communicating the whole week.
And that's being honest.
Yes, it
So
is.
that he knows as well. Well, let's look at it from our point of view, being married. Well, we should be dating all the time,
Yes.
being married. Well, let's ask that question, Dee. What really would push us or encourage us to plan a date with our spouse? What are we looking for to make us want to plan a date with our spouse?
Well, first of all, they can't be grouchy. You know,
Come on.
they have those grouchy weeks. I don't want to spend all week with you grouchy and then take you out on a date.
You're exactly right.
We need to be in,
We
you know,
won't get to a date that way.
No.
But that may be the date that changed the whole mood.
Yeah.
But wait. We are emotional beings, though, Mika. We're emotional beings. I'm sorry, in order to get to some type of romance, you gotta.
That is so true.
You know
gotta
that
work to
we
get
are-
there
We
still.
are microwaves. I mean, we're not microwaves.
No,
That
I was gonna
is
say
so
we're not.
crock pots.
true.
We are crock
That's so
pots.
true. And you know what? I think it's hard. Men do not understand
Right.
that. They think that it's supposed to snap.
No.
And
It don't happen that way.
There's a switch somewhere, right?
Yes.
It don't happen that way.
Yes.
So I'm talking directly to you, men. We are. Wait, look, I'm going. Guess what? We're not microwaves.
No.
We are crock pots, which means we slow cook. But boy, if you let us slow cook, guess what happens? The eating is good. The food is good.
Yes, it
right?
is. Now that's a nugget right there.
That is a nugget. But I want to hear, don't you want to know how did Sonja end up on her second date with Brad? I would love to know that.
First, was the first one good? Well, it had to be. You went on a second one.
Right. It had to be good enough, I guess, right?
Well, it was just a little different in my situation.
Okay. Well, we'll just go to second date. How's that?
This is what I'll say. My first date wasn't really a date, but of course, I thought it was a date, but it really wasn't a date. It was really just us sitting and talking. The one thing that I can honestly say that I considered it a date is we sat, we talked. He was listening to me. He was listening to what I said. He was hearing me. There's two things as you're listening and hearing.
Yes.
And then he knew from that first, he knew I loved boudin. Well, girl, he was buying me boudin. And I'm like, that's so
Your love
sweet.
language.
Well, again, that to me, sitting and talking and communicating, that sounds like a perfect date. I would have thought it was a date too.
But it was so special. He didn't really ask me out on a date. We just happened to be sitting and talking. So I consider that, even today, we laugh about it today. I consider that our first date, but without a formal ask.
Right. Title
Me
to
out
it.
a date.
Yeah.
Right.
You just meshed. And it just worked out.
Yeah.
You went on a
Exactly.
third and a fourth and a fifth date.
Well,
now
we
you
did.
what, about trillion dates?
We 28
I was going
years
to say
with
it's
a
been
whole
working
lot
for
of dates.
28 years. Yeah, 28 days. It's been working
No,
for
girl,
28
give me all mine. Give me all mine, because baby, that's been work. Give me all mine.
Real.
But I definitely will tell you, it's dating back then and dating now.
Oh my gosh.
Mika, I look and I go, I admire you.
Yeah.
I admire any woman that is single, any man that's single in this day and time who's really trying to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And not trying to have a cookie cutter and not just trying to be with anyone.
Right.
I commend you and honor you because it's different.
It is.
It's different.
It's very different. And the thing now is my desires have changed from back then. My desires have
Right.
changed. There's so many different things in dating now. You know, now they want to do is Netflix and chill. Well, no, I don't want Netflix and chill. I want-
Not. Especially not in this
We
day
need
and
to
time.
have experiences. We need to experience
Yes.
new things.
Yes.
We need to grow, have the same vision and goals. Maybe not the same goals and vision, but help me with mine.
Right.
Right.
Make my vision a reality, and I'll make yours a
so
reality
Let's help
as
with
well.
each.
Your
Let's help
goal.
each other.
Absolutely.
You know, we can have separate goals, but
Yes.
help me reach mine, and I'll help you reach yours.
Right. Yes.
You know, if we both succeed, we both succeed.
Right.
Right.
You know, we
But I
succeed
think
together.
somewhere something's going to line up. You may not have the exact same goals and vision,
Yeah.
but there's something that's going to line up together that you're going to be able to find common ground
Right.
on.
And growth for both individuals.
Yes, for
Growing
sure.
together, building an empire,
Yes.
whatever that empire looks like, growing together. So definitely my dating it's different. And to be honest with you, I don't really waste time on a lot of dates.
that's
I get to
good.
know people prior to going to a date. And if I take the time to get to know them prior to a date, to me that's the icing on the cake to actually go on the date.
That's a nugget right
Yeah.
there. Spending the time prior to, because you're not wanting to waste time.
Right.
You know, we can go to dinner at any
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
But you're not wanting to waste time.
That's just a little small amount of time for you to get to know someone. That's like a privilege, but actually communicating with someone is when you get to see what they don't like, when they get mad or they're angry, how do they respond to different things.
Right.
Because again, when you're going on that's an audition to hopefully lead you to having them as a significant other, but why even go that route if you know that this is someone that you're really not interested in?
Right.
Well, I love your perspective from a single woman in today's age. And I love that Sonja's talked about dating as a married woman. You know, I'm 25 years in, and I still love to date my husband. I love the times that we just go and hang out, that we go dancing. That was the thing that hooked me at the beginning, and it's the thing that still gets me now. We have so much fun together. So for married people, this show could be for you too. Remember to date your spouse. Take them out to their favorite place. Surprise them with some boudin if that's what their cup of tea is. But really just enjoy having someone safe and fun to date.
So awesome. Well, we want you to know that we just thank you for joining us just right here on the couch for She Shed, where we just, as sisters, we sit here and we get the opportunity to just chat. And you get the opportunity to join in with us. We hope that you learned something. We hope you gathered some tips and some information. But please check us out on our social media. All of our social media outlets, Couch Time with Sonja. That's Couch Time with Sonja with a J. .com is our website, and then find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Couch Time with Sonja. And remember, that's Sonja with the J. We cannot wait to see you next week. We hope and pray that you get to dating, because remember, dating never ends. See you next week. Bye-bye.
I'm ready for this. Are you ready for Couch Time with Sonja? Sometimes you need to hear something that will help you grow, or maybe need a break, refreshing for your mind and soul. Well, take a seat, 'cause we got what you need and more. Ooh, I'm ready. I'm ready for this. Are you ready for Couch Time with Sonja? Ooh.
It's Couch Time with Sonja. Let's go.